All right, y'all stay close, okay?
You tried this before?
Yeah.
That's comforting.
Relax, old man.
I just hope you know the way.
Ellie was very quick to trust Henry and Sam. Joel is hesitant. And I think that that is indicative of their experiences of probably like the last 10 years for Ellie and the last 20 years for Joel, which is that everybody's got their own agenda. Everybody's out to survive. One person's survival needs don't necessarily match up with the survival needs of another. Joel has learned that the hard way. Ellie, on the other hand, has a learned experience of people, for the most part, taking care of her. She lost her parents a long time ago. She was taken in by Marlene and the Fireflies, and she's basically always been entrusted to somebody to look out for her. So Ellie has probably learned that there is some trust to be had from folks based on her experience, whereas Joel is the complete opposite. And we've seen that contrast a little bit between the two of them. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out here. I can understand both sides of it. Although I tend to err on the side of Joel because, again, survival is paramount here. And blind trust at the beginning is not necessarily the way. So let's grab some supplies here. My controller's recharged too, which is nice. Hey, look at that, a model of the bridge. Hopefully we get to cross that soon and get the hell out of here. All right, fellas. How we looking, man? Oh boy.
Okay. Let's try to take him out quietly. Hey, I'll follow your lead.
All right.
Hey, how you doing?
Just trying to keep warm. How's it looking out there?
We put down some infected. No sign of those tourists.
Another just really small example of implicit versus explicit leadership. Henry saying there, "I'll follow your lead," is taking leadership. So even though he's saying to Joel, "You're the leader," he's being the leader by saying, "You're the leader." So if you want like an example of implicit versus explicit leadership in spades, there it is. Just kind of a cool little moment.
Think they're still in the city?
Yeah, they're still around. All right, I'm gonna do another round. Watch your back.
Yeah, you too.
I hear a clicker. It doesn't look like I can go around this way. Oh, also, we'll do the old prediction. Will Dr. Mick die tonight? We're on a streak. 2 nights in a row. I haven't died.
Hear that? Say, watch yourself.
All right, we're gonna try to be as quiet as we can possibly be here. I think there might only be these 2 guys in here. Oh shit. We can snag this guy. Hurry, Joel. Hurry, Joel. Okay. Henry! Dude, get out of the way, man. But we got a lot of folks on live, huh? Good. Your faith will be well rewarded. is this guy like, dude, what the hell happened?
Son of a...
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Fan out!
How about choke out?
God. Okay, everyone move up.
So far, so good.
Got anything over there? Yo! Hey, man, you... Oh, fuck. Fuck, fuck. Come on, man. There's 2 ways out of this.
Oh man, I can't believe that guy doesn't see that. Guy just vaults over a desk right behind him and nope, doesn't see him. Oh man. Alrighty. This spotlight doesn't seem particularly good.
Hey, you hear that? Clicking.
Yeah, I hear it, but I don't see shit.
Okay, so these guys are just picking off clickers, I guess, that come through here.
Hold on. There it is. There.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Dude. I don't think he did. Oh. He's just a slow death. Okay. Nice and easy. See anybody else? So there's the 2 guys up there. Gonna get past him. This here. Go, 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 go.
Yo, Joe, there's a guy on that light up there.
I see him.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
Come to hide behind. Get. I'm gonna pay for that. Got you now, asshole.
Oh my god, there's so many of them. The hell's the other guy? Oh, there he is.
All right. We did it.
Okay. That could have been worse. That could have been a lot worse. I admire your confidence that we managed to kill all of them, Henry. Anybody got bullets? Nobody's got bullets on them? Damn. Working generator. Depends if we go up here. Can we go up there? Doesn't look like it.
Henry, give me a hand with this.
All right. You ready?
Oh shit! Well, here's hoping that holds. Oh boy.
Wait.
Hey, they're over here!
Oh, no. Got him. Come on, everyone.
Nice shot, big dog. Here you go.
Keep your eyes open. We ain't out of this mess yet.
All right, check it out.
Oh boy. I hear it.
We're good. Sam, let's go.
All right, kid, come on. There you go. Come on.
Shit.
Hurry, hurry. Ellie!
Oh, come on.
Okay, we gotta get him up.
I'm sorry. We're leaving.
What? This is bullshit.
Hey, now!
What the fuck, Henry?
Okay.
We stick together.
Uh,
Oh, come on.
Jesus. Okay. Oh, God, go! Go, Ellie, go! Ellie! Jesus! Oh, my God.
Oh, fuck. Fuck do we get out of here?
Oh, boy. Okay, that thing could ram through here. Honestly, I'm gonna shoot straight with y'all. I totally understand why Henry bailed. I completely understand it. He has no investment in us. We were there for what he needed us for. He's got to protect his brother. He's out. And this is what I mean. This is why Joel's trust being you know, like not all the way there makes complete sense.
Holy shit!
Shit. Oh boy. Ellie, watch out, please. Easy. I hope that was it. I really do. All right, we got some rifle bullets. That's helpful. All right, well, so much for Sam and Henry, chat. Here I was thinking we were gonna spend the entire stream with them, and apparently not. But you gotta ask yourself, would we have done the same thing there? If I got Ellie up on that truck and we went first, and that APC starts blowing through that gate, and Sam and Henry are down there, do I sacrifice the two of us to try to save Sam and Henry, two people I have no investment in and don't know that I can trust? Probably not. We're probably running. So, completely understand. We have, as an audience, have an emotional investment in Joel and Ellie. So we want Sam and Henry to save them there. Because we care about Joel and Ellie as people. We care about Henry and Sam too, but we don't have the same investment in them. We don't know anything about them. So it's really easier for us to say, wow, those guys are, what a piece of shit for running off. His number one priority is protecting his brother in the same way that my number one priority is protecting Ellie. If anything, I think Joel could probably empathize. He might be pissed, but I actually think Joel could respect that. Ellie, maybe not, right? But Joel, and Ellie did choose to jump back down, which is pretty big, right? It shows that she's got trust in Joel, which probably ticks a pretty important box for him as a caregiver. And basically, she says, I trust that Joel can get me through this. I trust my investment with him. Thus, I am going to jump down, put myself at risk. Now, it is interesting, right? Because Joel, in the beginning of the game, when we first got her, might have gotten pissed. Joel might have said, what are you doing? In the same way that when Tess got hurt, he would get angry. Ellie put herself at risk by jumping down there with me, and instead of getting angry at her, Joel just lets it happen. That tells me that Joel has maybe a bit more connection to her now than just she's a commodity. Maybe, there is some part of him that wants Ellie around. And he didn't get angry at her for making that decision. When we got through that gate, he could have yelled at her. He could have been like, what the hell are you doing? You had an opportunity to get the hell out of there. I'd have found you. But he doesn't. He takes it in stride. We start making very interesting decisions in our relationships when we start to feel more emotionally invested in folks. And that's when people can be taken advantage of. Ellie, I don't think, is going to do that, but that's why Joel is going to be hesitant here, because him finding that is going to be inherently risky. Because now he may not make smart decisions based on the fact that he cares about what's going on. And this is why many people see vulnerability as the antithesis to survivability. I don't think there's anywhere up there we can go with that. Did I see a prompt there? Maybe not. Yeah, there we go. Wait, what?
Alright, let's get underneath it.
There we go. Shit. Go! Go, Ellie. Go, 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 go. Go, Ellie. Go! Oh, my God! No! Oh, God. Pinks. Pinks, I'm trying to stay alive. Oh, my God. Holy shit. Go, go. Oh, my God.
How many bullets do you have left?
They're gonna kill us.
What other choice do we have?
We jump.
No, it's too high and you can't swim. I'll boost you up, you run past them.
You keep me afloat.
Ellie!
No time to argue.
Ellie! Damn it! Ah!
Henry! He's awake!
Hey, you. We're alive. Okay.
See? What'd I tell you, huh? He's good. Everything's fine.
You know, Sam's the one who spotted you. You guys have taken quite a bit of water.
What's wrong? Henry! Get back, son!
Hey! He's pissed, but he's not gonna do anything.
You sure about that?
Stop!
Joel?
He left us to die out there.
No, you had a good chance of making it, and you did. But coming back for you meant putting him at risk. Stay back. If it was the other way around, would you have come back for us? I saved you.
He saved me too. We would have drowned.
It's fine, I'm okay. You know, for what it's worth, I'm really glad we spotted you. Now, that radio tower, it's on the other side of this cliff. Okay? Place is gonna be full of supplies. You're gonna be really happy you didn't kill me.
Hey, we're gonna search this area. See what we come up with.
Well, okay. Now you may be saying to yourself, well, Dr. Mick, you've played the game, so you knew this that Henry was going to say that. I actually didn't know that he was going to say it in that exact way, so I'm sort of proud of myself there that panned out that way. I mean, you got to remember, it's been several years since I played this game, so I knew that this part was coming, but I forgot that was Henry's rationale there. So All right, so that feels good. Anyway, Henry's right, but I also don't think that Joel would have come back for Henry and Sam. I don't think Joel has that much trust. Also, there was a very interesting moment that happened there. Joel is locked on Henry, holding his gun on him, ready to hurt him. And when he says, "I saved you," Joel doesn't really care. When Ellie says, "He saved me too," you see him pull back and turn and look. That grabs him. And so my hypothesis there is that Joel's not mad that he was left to die. He's mad that Ellie was left to die. And is probably not going to bring himself to be angry at Ellie for jumping down, but is instead mad at himself for basically putting Ellie at risk by trusting Sam and Henry. Like, we're seeing Joel's attentiveness to things pop up when Ellie is involved. He doesn't seem to have much care about himself. He's downloaded all of that survival into Ellie. And that little nonverbal that happens there, and the way that he looks at Ellie and pulls back when she says that Ellie was saved, shows that that's really what he cares about. Who are the people that were guarding the bridge, and how come they're guarding it? They're hunters, and we don't know their motives for guarding it other than we killed some of their guys.
You cool?
Yeah. Let's go find that radio tower.
Well, he answered her when she asked how he's doing. That's a first. The only reason I think Joel would go back for Henry and Sam would be because of Ellie. She wouldn't have wanted to, and I think he'd
Hey, maybe we
eventually
can find something in that boat over
Hard
there.
to say. Yeah. Henry's entire goal is to protect his brother. We can respect that. And Henry knowing to use that empathy there, knowing that Joel is a man who has survived this to this point, and knowing that he would respect that, that was Henry using incredible amounts of empathy to know that that was going to prevent Joel from shooting him. Joel's initial burst of anger there is because Ellie was in danger, but at the end of the day, Joel absolutely agrees. The rationale absolutely ticks the box. And that respect was enough to save his life. So good on Henry for reading the room, man. Even in the most intense situation ever, he engaged with what he knew Joel was going to connect with based on not even just knowing Joel, but knowing the circumstances that Joel's had to survive up until this point in the same way that he has. It's good, man. That's good. I give Henry a lot of respect for that. Let's go check out this boat. I'm excited about that. Boat time. I also have a feeling that Henry was hesitant to help them, but maybe Sam would have said, "What about Ellie?" He did say that he wasn't going to put Sam at risk. I very well could be. I think, though, that Joel and Henry in this instance don't, though they may care a lot about what the other one has to say,
What?
I don't know that they're going to make survival decisions based on it.
Well, it's a little bit different in the water.
One step at a time.
Yeah, we were just in the water. What do we got in here?
There's another.
Savage Starlight, anti-particles. After a navigational error jumps the Von Neumann into the corona of the White Dwarf star, the damage is extensive and tension among the crew is high. With the cloaking device destroyed, the ship is forced to hide in a nearby stellar nursery. After Daniela's mistake, the crew won't easily trust her again, but they don't have long to decide what to do. Time, along with oxygen, is running out. Riveting. I feel like a houseboat would be a good way to live out what's going on. Yeah. Except for getting food. Well, I suppose you could fish. Come on, fellas. You got it? Wait, is there something over here?
Hey, Ellie! I think we found something.
Let's go see what it is.
What's up here?
Hey, I bet this goes all the way through. Give me a hand with this.
I'm down, but I want to go explore that other thing real quick. So, hold on a second, fellas. Because this is a role-playing game, and I don't want to leave any stones unturned. I already did that once in Pittsburgh. I'm not doing it again. Have you played The Last of Us 2? Yes, I have. I will play it again after this.
Can't go this way.
Alrighty. Can't go this way. Good thing they found that other way. Also, I want to give a quick shout out. People who are on Twitch here, watching me live right now. Thank you for watching me live. Those of you that are on YouTube, you can watch me live at Dr. Mick Live, twitch.tv/Dr. Mick Live. If you're watching my VOD on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you following along on the journey. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll post the rest of the VODs for the run. You can also catch all the psychological concepts illustrated on TikTok. Really appreciate everybody who watches me. Thank you for supporting what I do. And if you really like this, tell people about me. I'd appreciate it.
All right, same time. Come on.
Let's do it.
All right, come on, kids, go.
I like how
All right, you go in. Okay.
I like how Henry lets Joel go first there. I think that's a subtle nod to, hey, I know you don't trust me based on that last one.
Sam,
You go first. You can trust me.
Someone's found it already.
I don't think that that's unintentional.
Which way?
Joel, we should see what's over here.
All right, we'll check this side out.
All right.
I'm not a fan.
Me and Scoob will go this way. What did we say about flashlights?
Not much of a choice.
Turn the flashlight off. You could fit through there.
If you can get it open, I can crawl through and clear that door. Oh, yeesh. That is a big rat.
Bit more trust. Joel's not saying things like, be careful, do this, do that.
And voila.
I think in a lot of ways, figuring out what's going on for Joel is more about what he doesn't say versus what he does say.
Do you think they'll join us?
Joel interjects himself when there's some anxiety about whether she's going to be in trouble, or when he needs to be like directive about something, or when he's not sure whether she can survive a certain thing. Joel is quiet when there's trust. So I think Joel not saying anything there is indicative of that. One of the things that we're always reading when we're looking at human interactions is not just verbal dialogue, but nonverbal, and also the absence. When do people not say things? When do they stay silent? When do they just allow things to play out in the way that they do? Sometimes we get a pretty significant window into anxiety and insecurity through over-vocalization.
All the way to Tommy's?
Well, I don't know. We're just gonna have to see how everything pans out.
I did, Spider. Sewer's note. I'm gone for a few months and the world doesn't waste any time going to shit. Everywhere you turn, they're infected and non-infected, trying to kill you. Mankind is back to the food chain, baby. I'm kind of shocked I've survived this long. These sewers seem pretty safe. Limited exits and entrances make it easier to defend, and if anyone gets in here, I can lose them in the maze. I might not be tough, but I am quick. Maybe I just need to bide my time down here until it all gets sorted out up there. I think I'll become a sewer mole man for a while. Wish me luck. Ish. Okie dokie. Let's get out of here, Ellie. Let's keep it going.
Hey, this way. Looks like there's a path up ahead. Right here.
Sweet. Thank you for the 50 bits, Bitsetti. I appreciate it very much. Alrighty, how do we get out of here?
This way?
Nah, there's no way to reach that.
Well, I can't swim.
It's jammed.
All right, Joel. How do we get across?
Guess we gotta figure something out.
Hey, this thing's on some kind of track. Maybe there's a way we can use it.
What's down here in the water? Looks like there's much for us
Can't
there.
reach it.
I don't know that swimming would be a thing that people would take time to learn. I mean,
Y'all wait there.
where are you going to get lessons? You know, like, I mean, granted, it's good for survival to some extent, but I would think jumping in water that's potentially contaminated is more dangerous than anything else, so you wouldn't really have the opportunity to learn how to do it. I could be wrong, obviously, but also then how would we not have, or we wouldn't have these fun game mechanics where people can't swim, so I have to use my brain to figure out what the hell to do here. Alright, we gotta get to that generator. The way we get to that generator is probably to get Ellie across, but we need a pallet in order to do that. What do you think the chances are that there's a functioning pallet in here? I don't really see anything under here. Nothing there. Really see anything to jar loose. Nothing in that car. You guys just, yeah, don't mind me, guys. You just stand there. Don't throw me any ideas. 'Cause I can't open that. I don't know why I'm trying to do that again. Funny, some of these puzzles I don't remember. And this being one of them. There we go. There we go.
Henry, give it a shot.
All right. Yeah, it's working.
I'm gonna have a look. You keep an eye out.
So another thing that I'll say about Joel trusting Henry right now is I actually think that the way that Henry responded when the ladder broke off of the truck not only gained respect in Joel's eyes, it also made Henry more predictable and thus easier to anticipate. Joel now knows that if shit hits the fan, Henry's gonna bail and save Sam. And so long as there is a scenario where Sam is protected, we've got Henry on our side. If shit's not hitting the fan, we're good. And if it does hit the fan, Joel can realize that he's got to just focus on him, that Henry's going to take care of Sam. He takes care of Ellie. He's more of a known quantity now. So the increase in trust right now with him leaving Ellie with Henry and Sam, I think has to do with that. Oh, God. Convenient.
Oh, shit.
All right, Pinks. Here we go. Nice and easy here. Glad that doesn't make noise for the clicker. Yesterday, I bet with some people who did not want to shoot me on sight. Shocking, I know. We traded some supplies and went on our merry way. They had kids with them, and they seemed pretty scared. I almost told them about this place. What if they're like the others? What if... You know what? I don't care. What's the point of surviving if you don't have someone to laugh at your lame jokes? Tomorrow, I'm going to search for them. See if they want to join me in here. Ish. Ah, yes. The human desire for connection. Sometimes outweighing survival. Hope Ish wasn't one of those two clickers we just wiped out. Yeah?
Yeah. Still in one piece.
Anything good in here? Good. Love to see that.
Oh, this one.
Right? How uninspired and unoriginal.
Let's go, Ellie.
Oh, there you go. That's smart.
Yes, sir.
Ah, I can't wait to get out of this place.
I'm just glad Pittsburgh's so industrial and needs so many pallets laying all over
See
the
if that
place.
generator still got some juice.
Here goes nothing. Ugh.
Man, how come she can do it on the first try and I can't?
All right.
jinx us.
All right, now don't take off without me, boys.
I gotta say, I'm impressed with you two.
We're pros at this by now.
Yes, we are. I don't know that I like that we are.
What's up with this?
You think there's people inside? Maybe.
Are we really going in there?
No other choice.
Welcome to the castle. I'm guessing the castle of Ish. Oh, baby. Let's go inside the castle.
Whoa. It's a soundtrack.
A what?
It's a sort of alarm.
I don't hear anything.
And someone used to live here. Don't look like that's the case anymore.
Who would stay in here?
Someone who thought they could keep a place like this safe.
House rules. Important. Please read. Okay, okay. Make sure doors are locked. Ask for password if you don't know the visitor. No shouting and noisy play. Run to hiding spot when you hear the alarm. Perhaps maybe somebody ran to a hiding spot when they heard our alarm. What have we here? Ooh, a little sawed-off shotgun? I'm into it. A bit foreboding, though.
Oh, awesome.
Ellie,
Calm down. Hey, Sam.
Yeah?
Stand by the post.
Oh, Henry, did you see that?
Let's keep it down, buddy, okay?
Yeah. Sorry.
Ah. The adults ruining the fun for the kids. You know, it would get so ingrained in you that this is the kind of stuff where the adults make it worse. This is an instant where, I don't know, we're probably okay. We may not be. Ellie and Sam trying to play is pretty natural. We would expect it. Lightens the mood a little bit, maybe boosts their morale. Joel's a bit hesitant. Ellie can say, calm down, which Joel responds to. Henry gets a little uptight about it. Sam doesn't really talk back to Henry. But it makes sense why we wouldn't want them to have fun here, so to speak. You know, maybe they're loud. Maybe we get caught off guard. You get jumpy when you've had to go through a bunch of shit. Hard to say whether it's a good idea or not, but it's hard for me to look at Henry as cold there so much as just doing what he can to try to protect Sam. But then there's an argument to be made that, like, what are you trying to survive for if you can't enjoy anything? You know, like one of these little moments where Ellie kicks a ball toward him a couple times, like those are the kind of moments where you go, you know what? I'm kind of glad I survived. Bombs upgraded. This is nearly impossible to read, so I'm not even going to try. Is that right? If the trap doesn't make him show up, kicking a ball ain't gonna. I agree completely. But, hey, that's alright. Guys, can we not crowd the staircase, please? Thank you. Alright, let's see what else this castle has to offer. This is where we came in, right? Yeah. Fellas.
Infected.
Shh. Quiet.
More house rules. Oh, shit!
Pull it off me, Joel!
Well, I guess we know what happened to these people.
Seeing how there was a clicker, they've been gone for a while.
We keep moving forward. All we can do is hope there aren't any more of them. Doubtful, I know.
All right, more house rules. General rules. General rules when entering this area. Bad behavior is not allowed and will result in swift punishment. No fighting or rough play. No running through living room. 2. General rules. No weapons allowed. No loud noises. Silence is golden. You might be searched at any time for any reason. Use of fire is restricted. A lot of rules. This place is becoming a lot less fun over time. The AI in this game reminded me of a question I was going to ask earlier. Have you ever been playing a game and had the AI get you stuck, prevented you from progressing, i.e. they stood in a doorway that stuck you in a house? Probably. I can't think of a time off the top of my head, but I'm sure it's happened. That's just video games. Hey, Dan Joe's Pork and Beans. Dude, let me see those hands for the Dan Joe's fans in chat, huh? Little pork and bean action. Hey, Susan. I just wanted to drop you a quick line and say these rain catchers were a great idea. Super smart to gather water without leaving the place. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the kids a couple of water guns, so of course, I've been drenched all day. Smiley face. If you don't want them to have it, let me know and I'll take them back. See you at dinner tonight. Fair warning, though. Kyle's making a special meatloaf again. Ish. Meatloaf. Water rules. Don't leave water running. Only take what you plan on using. Don't leave a mess. I'd like to use this as an opportunity to say that these rules suck, and here's the reason why they suck. Because they're all about what you shouldn't do. If you want to write rules that children and adults can follow a lot more clearly, tell them what to do, not what not to do. When you say don't do something, you open up the entire smorgasbord of other things that are possible, and you leave that person to try to select what that is. If you tell them specifically what to do, you give a directive, that person knows exactly what to do. For example here, don't leave the water running. Instead, you might say, only run water when needed. Instead of don't leave a mess, you might say, keep the area clean. You might roll your eyes at that and go, oh my God, dude, could you chill? But seriously, especially with children, tell them what to do. Not what not to do. Makes a huge difference from a leadership standpoint. Huge difference. So, I mean, this castle's basically unlivable because of that sign. So, I instead of staying here, I think we need to get out. General Rules 3. This is a secure zone. I don't know that that's really a rule. Cooperation is very important. Remove your jacket or outerwear. There we go. Good instruction. No personal pointed or sharp objects are allowed. Okay. This castle's not even any fun anymore. Aw. That's a little creepy. It's kind of cute, though. How to draw criminals. Smiles for society. A not-so-white snow. Easy. C++. Or is that C sharp sharp? I don't know. Awesomeness in a jar. Not a Christmas story. Undersize. How to be a stalker. Getting away with it. A Jade in Austin. Party eating. And we got some good books on this shelf. Drawing the Human Body, volumes 1 and 2. Photography for Noobs. Swim away. We're trapped. I think everyone else is dead. Some of the little ones are with me. I got infected pounding at the door. I don't know how long we'll hold out. If Fish and the others are alive, maybe they can reach us. They have to reach us. If it comes down to it, I'll make it quick. Kyle. Damn.
Jesus.
Oh, man. Under this... Oh, there's a bunch of kids under here. Oh, wow. Damn, Kyle. You did your best, bud. Yikes. A machete? I'll take that. Although, I gotta say, my lead pipe's got... Nah, we gotta go lead pipe. God, how horrifying would that be? You're locked in this room with some children and there's infected banging on the door. I mean, you can only imagine what that must have been like. How do you feel about Kyle in his position? I'm sad for him, man. I mean, how desperate. It'd be awful. You do what you can, right? But it's an impossible situation. What else is he gonna do? You get overrun by infected, you got children panicking. You know, hopefully if the kids got bit or something, he was maybe able to end everybody's misery and his own. You hope they didn't suffer. It's really all it comes down to.
Hey, you think that leads out?
Could be. It's too hot for a post. Maybe there's another way to get there.
Well, perhaps we go through this gate, fellas.
Sam! Yeah, I'm cool.
That was me. I must have triggered some kind of safety gate or something. Henry, see if we can lift this.
So, this is awkward.
Yeah, I know. It's like every time.
Clickers!
What?
Hey, this thing isn't budging, man.
Just go. Get out of here.
Sam, you stay close to him.
Henry, we gotta fucking move!
You keep him safe. Go!
You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, I know.
All right, come on, kid. See if we can find a way out of here, yeah?
Oh boy. Kid swap.
Okay.
We gotta take... We have each other's... Caretakee. Oh boy. Well, we have to protect Sam in order for we have to trust Henry, and he's got to trust us. So if anything was ever going to build trust between us, this is it. I also just want to say really quickly for those that have rolled in here recently, this is a spoiler-free run. Please refrain from posting anything that may even remotely resemble a spoiler in chat. Your comment will be removed if you do.
Stay behind me. If I run, you run.
Yeah.
See, now, Joel, back to being directive, man. But it's all, we got to get back to Ellie. What? All right, we can get through this. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sam? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is not how I wanted this to go down. Oh shit! Oh boy, that was close. Oh my god, could you take any longer to reload that, Joel? Come on, who else wants some? Bring it! I can do this all day. And will. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. How many more are there? Holy Christ. I have used like all of my shotgun bullets, man. Where are you going? Come here. Come here.
You did it.
We're gonna keep going.
Oh.
You good?
Yeah.
Jeez. That was intense, man. That's a lot. Oh god, another kid's room.
Bet there were a lot of them here.
Looks like it.
Oof. Pool's level 3. That's good. That's useful. Okay. I just want to check out for some supplies real quick. Got some bathrooms. Boy, these had to have gotten disgusting. Water closet rules. Hey, we got some Brits in here. Cover waste with sawdust. Clean up after yourself. Take your used towels. Replace chemicals in the tanks. Do not put trash in toilets. Save toilet paper. Bring water bucket. Clean after use. Remove waste tank. Dispose wastewater. Close the door. No cutting hair. Alright. Not terrible instructions. A little shower in here? Is that what this is? Ugh, God. Living in this would suck. Shower rules. Conserve water. A 5-second re-lather. A 5-second re-lather shower. B, soap up. C, 10-second rinse. Do not leave personal items behind. Be courteous to others and police after yourself. Violations of the above will result in automatic termination of shower privileges. Damn. Got showers in here? Look at this. We got like a whole water system. Human ingenuity, baby. It's pretty cool, actually. Oh, boy.
Look at this place. It's like a classroom. Why couldn't they keep it safe?
Son, I wish I knew. God knows they didn't deserve it.
Got some math. Oh, man.
You think you can knock that ladder down?
Yeah.
Go in.
How does he know what a classroom is? Well, there were zones where people were relatively safe. I can imagine they still had classrooms in those.
Good job, kid.
It's not like the whole world is completely destroyed like this. We're just outside of the safe zones. Joel seems to be a lot quicker to positively reinforce a kid who he isn't actually the entrusted caretaker
Is that
for.
Ellie?
Oh shit.
Come on.
Joel, that's them.
Sam!
Oh, thank God. We gotta keep running.
Oh boy. Go! Go!
Ellie, get away from the door.
Barricade it.
Push it together.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Sam! He just crawled through.
He what? Sam, what the hell are you doing?
Getting us out of here.
Well, hurry up then.
Come on, buddy.
All right, go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Are we good? Nice job, Sam. It's a lot of weapons.
Damn thing stuck!
Here, give me a boost. I can get through that window.
Let's go. The
Open it from the other side.
Make it fast.
kid's thinking hard.
You're not staying in here.
What about you?
I'll be fine. Come on, go.
Get
Oh,
ready.
Jesus. Really? This is how we're doing this? Oh my God. I hope there's nothing outside. Oh my God. Ah! Oh God. Oh my God, there's clickers. Oh. Holy shit, thank God I have shivs. Take a little longer to reload that, Joel. Oh my God.
Doors open. Go. Move. Go, go.
Fresh air.
Look at this.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Thanks for the warning on the other side, guys.
So where's this tower?
We're close. Come on, let's go. Hey, how you doing, little man?
That was a close one, huh?
Yeah, not one of our finest moments, but we made it out.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Yep, what'd I tell you, huh?
Let's find a way around to it.
All right.
What about you? How you holding up?
Business as usual, right? When I was with Henry, I took out a couple of infected by myself. You'd be proud.
Yeah.
Now, what this is maybe me reading into this a little bit, but hey, this is why you watch the stream, right? Notice how Joel asks Ellie how she's doing, and he does it somewhat warmly. And Ellie's response is actually somewhat cold-ish. Doesn't quite have her personality in it. I think that's a sign that Ellie is starting to read a little bit into Joel and how he has responded to her and engaged with her up until that point. Where she thinks that she's impressing him by showing how strong and resilient and unaffected by things she is, because she sees that in him, and that somehow he's going to be more respectful of that, perhaps care about her and trust her more if she shows some level of stoicism as a way of mirroring him. I know there's some like vulnerability to what she said, but you could see a little bit of that in there. And I think that's her trying to mirror Joel so that because she's going to think that that's how he's going to connect with her. But Joel, on the other hand, is starting to gravitate a little bit towards the warmth and toward the caretaking role, and maybe doesn't want her to be that terse, because her being that terse means maybe she's a little bit more open to putting herself in danger, which is why he's hesitant to say that he's proud of her. And if she's in danger, then his role as caretaker is at stake, and it may be a chance that he's going to let somebody else down. Just some thoughts. All right, we got some homes to go look through, huh? Night, Jugger.
It was pretty intense back there, huh?
Oh, yeah. Totally.
How did you two end up together?
Oh, a friend of mine, Marlene, asked him to take me to the Fireflies.
You seem to get along well.
Yeah, well, now I just boss him around. Isn't that right, Joel?
Joel? The tension, man. The tension between connection and survival is what makes this game brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You constantly feel it. If Joel plays along, if he jokes around, he lightens up, he's vulnerable to attack.
What was this place like without infected? Can't even imagine it.
Well, I can. And it might even be worse that I remember what it was like beforehand, because I have to compare it to this. In some ways, it would almost be easier to be born into this, because it's all you know. I think it's important, though, if we think about vulnerability. Vulnerability is not weakness per se. Though it is in some ways the antithesis to survivability to an extent, right? Like vulnerability, the thing that... Okay, here's what I'm going to say really quick about vulnerability and survival, because I've brought this theme up many times while we've been playing this game. Back in the day, way back in the day, when we were still kind of like Neanderthals, we didn't have like modern technology and stuff like that. Vulnerability really was conceptualized in the form of like physical harm and potential death. And so a lot of the ways that people survived was to protect themselves physically. And we didn't really have a fully developed prefrontal cortex or anything like that to make significant abstract meaning of the world. And so vulnerability legitimately was the antithesis to survival. As we have evolved, and as we have created like technology and stuff that has out evolved us to the point where we are relatively safe but have a developed frontal cortex, we now it doesn't change the fact that vulnerability is something that we perceive as either weak or the antithesis to survivability, even though it's not. So when we ask for like emotional vulnerability, our brain's not totally there yet in terms of its ability to differentiate the like physical vulnerability and exposure to harm from emotional vulnerability and exposure to emotional harm. And sometimes those two things are felt exactly the same way. So you put people in a position like this, and that becomes even more apparent. I'm armed. No trespassing. Will shoot on sight. I have a gun. You loot, I shoot. I will shoot to kill. Yikes.
I was just 5 when the cordyceps hit. My memory's pretty hazy, but I remember living in a neighborhood just like this.
What do you remember?
Barbecues. Parents, they would throw these crazy big barbecues and invite a ton of people. You know, I remember the smell more than anything. Weird.
That's because smell is the sense that is most tied to memory. Fun fact. This is the house we were in.
Doggies.
You're gonna want to stay away from those. It's not like it is in the zone. These are wild.
As Sam runs directly toward them.
What is this?
Oh, this is an ice cream truck.
An ice cream truck?
Yeah, Henry told me about these. They sell ice cream out of the truck.
What? No way. Joel?
That's true. This thing would drive around and play real loud, creepy music, and kids would come running out to buy ice cream.
You're totally fucking with me.
Serious.
Man, you lived in a strange time.
Told you so.
Strange time indeed. Her nod to Joel for confirmation there, I think shows a little bit of her potential attachment to Joel and seeing him as a caretaker. Henry says something about something she doesn't understand. It causes some level of like anxiety or aversive arousal because this is something she hasn't been exposed to before, and in that anxiety she turns and looks to Joel for his response to see if what Sam is saying is true or if it's false, which shows a real deep trust in Joel. I'm guessing that there probably would be multiple instances of this as we continue to go through this, but it's an indicator. If you watch to understand who a child trusts and sees as reliable, look for who they seek proximity to in times of distress. It's an indicator of attachment. And Ellie looks to Joel. She looked to herself for a while. Now she looks to Joel.
All right.
All right, shotgun. Clip capacity. Ooh, range. That's good to have. Fire rate's probably pretty good as well. Hunting rifle. Armor piercing. Yes, please. And we'll put reload speed on the shorty. Good stuff.
This is good.
Do we go toward those dogs? I mean, I literally said let's not go near them. Okay, good. They ran away. Good. Good. Bye-bye. I wonder what these mean. You think a decent shift in Ellie's trust is weighted heavily by him jumping into the river after her? Potentially, but I think it probably has more to do with the fact that Joel started to open up. See, the thing is, early on in her relationship to Joel, Ellie basically had to conceptualize herself as cargo. And she would look at anything that Joel did as being because of expectations of other people and her needing to be moved as cargo. I think the more that he has softened to her, the more that she's starting to see that the efforts he makes to protect her may have more to do with her as a person than her as commodity. And that is starting to maybe pull her closer to him as like a caretaker, as opposed to somebody who's just been hired to move her, if that makes sense.
Is anybody else hungry?
Yes. Hey, guys. We break when we get to the radio tower.
All right.
They had those on houses after Hurricane Katrina, but in red. They marked the house if it was empty, if there was a dead person. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know that. That's cool. Thank you, Skagen, madame. And I know you didn't say anything spoilery, but I just want to remind people, please do not talk about The Last of Us 2 in any capacity. We're not playing Last of Us 2 yet. There's the potential for spoilers if we talk about The Last of Us 2. And yeah, just we'll get there when we get there. And I know what you said there, Spider's not a spoiler, but I just it's very close to being on the line of something that would be removed. So also, I appreciate the follows. I don't have the audio alerts on, so I don't hear them when they come through, but if you followed me tonight, thank you for that. Do you think you'd survive like Joel has through an apocalypse like this? Nope. Sure don't. I mean, I don't think anybody knows until this happens, but no, I don't think I would at all. I've lived a bit too cushy of a life up until this point. Survivor's note. One door. That's all it took. One of us forgot to close a door, and a horde of those monsters entered our camp. We shut them in there and wrote a warning on the outside. Susan and a couple of the kids are with me. As far as I know, we're the only survivors. I had to hold Susan so she wouldn't run back in there, go back for the bodies. It's just too dangerous. She lost her children, and I have no clue what to say to her. Every part of my being just wants to give up. It'd be so easy to surrender to this world. I can't do that, though. I have too much faith in humanity. I've seen that we're still capable of good. We can make it. I have to stay strong for her. Wow. There comes a time for folks where people perceive their survival instinct as problematic and almost hate it. Where sometimes it actually would be easier to just end it, particularly in a scenario like this. But humans have a very deep survival instinct. And in fact, there were times when I would work on the suicide hotline, for example, where the reason that a person didn't kill themselves or said that they didn't want to kill themselves was because they didn't want to die. I know it sounds a little bit like an oxymoron, but our desire to survive, being as innate as it is, can create some very significant tension in moments where it's literally miserable to live. And how to navigate that, I don't think any of us knows unless we're in that position. Right? You see that even in that note from Ish, is why I say that. All right, we don't know the combo for this safe. I wonder if there's a piece of paper somewhere around here that tells us what the combination. What a nice setup here. Look at this. Damn. Matchbook. 8/21/36. Well, how convenient is that? Eastern Pennsylvania's finest adult entertainment. The Hot Crucible. 1279 Cicero Avenue in Harleystown, Pennsylvania. Food, wine, and cocktails. Nice affiliate rig.
Ellie, check this out. You're holding me fast.
Right.
Hey, Sam. Be careful.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. All right, I'll go first.
Oh,
Damn it. All right, your turn.
okay. Let's throw it.
Yeah.
Boosh! I am a natural.
Luck.
No, it wasn't.
That was luck.
Alright, get out of here. You're getting cocky. Here we go. Fuck!
Horrible.
Alright. It's a tie.
No. You clearly got destroyed.
How did I clearly get destroyed? That's practically a tie.
Yeah, okay.
It comes down to numbers. What do you mean it's practically a tie? We could legitimately figure out who won here. You threw 4 darts. What do we got? We got... I mean, I don't know which one threw which one, but it's not practically a tie. It either is or it isn't. This is math. This is numbers. They don't lie. All right, I'm being a shithead. I'm glad they had fun. Man, I love the music in this game. They did such a good job with it. Father's note. Kara, you're the adult while I'm gone. Take care of your brother. He's looking to you for protection now. I won't be gone for more than a few days to gather food and supplies. If for some reason I haven't returned after a week, take your brother and head to Pittsburgh quarantine zone. Don't open the door to anybody but me. Save your bullets. If you have to leave, stay low and move quickly. Use your size to your advantage. I'll see you soon. Dad. Jeez. Writing that note to your child would be something else, man.
Yeah, sailing's falling apart. All right, watch yourself.
You find anything?
Here you go.
What's this?
Thank you.
Melee weapons upgraded. Chapter 6B, improved durability of bladed tools. Usage techniques. The lifetime of a bladed tool is determined not only by its inherent durability, but equally by the skill of the user. In general, the tool should be applied to the softest part of the target. E.g., a pickaxe should be aimed at the ground beside a rock and used to lever it out, not at the rock itself. Swinging the blade along a consistent plane, impacting the target at an angle, will weaken the blade. If the blade becomes lodged, apply gradual pressure at an angle parallel to the plane of the cut. Lateral pressure can weaken the joints and cause the blade to fracture. The more you know. Okay. Okay, we explored that house. We walked in that house. That house is boarded up. Right. So far, so good. Can we get in here? No?
Get out!
Fucking sniper. Did you see where it came from?
Somewhere down the street. All right, now. Y'all stay here.
No.
Before you start, I need you guys to keep him busy. I'm gonna go around and see if I can't get the angle on him.
Okay. Hey. Be careful.
She's looking out for me. It's mutual. Okay. Oh boy. All right, I like that though, right? Ellie is about to protest, and Joel knows, right? He knows that she wants to be involved, so you know, interrupt it. Say, look, I got it. I know what you're trying to do. Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna take some concentration here. All right, so it's coming from that window. We got to make sure that that window.
Where do you think you're going?
Oh boy.
I still fucking see you!
Alright, let's reload here.
I still fucking see you!
Everything reload. This guy's a little intense for my taste. Oh boy. Shit. Get down, Joel. Oh my god. Oh shit.
You dead, asshole!
What the hell? Where did these guys come from? Fuck. Holy crap. Holy shit, man. They look like hunters. Oh, man, that was close. That was really close. Wish I could get an angle on this guy and just shoot him from here. Fuck! Oh my god! Holy shit, that scared me. Oh. This guy's good, man. All right, so far so good.
Get him, boys! Come on, we're moving up. Get him, boys! Where do you think you're going?
Oh boy.
In that burnout building! Watch out. Come out, wherever you are! Fan out.
I don't know if that guy has a vantage point on me. Seems a little bit risky to poke my head out here.
Sucker!
I got armor piercing.
Where'd you go, you fucking chicken shit? Where'd you go?
Over here, buddy. Oh man. This is tense. Pretty sure there were 3 guys. Yep.
That asshole! Get him, boys!
All right, how we doing here? Let's go in the back. I don't think he knows that I'm below him. Make sure there's nobody else out here. Pretty sure he's in this building. Oh shit. Nice and easy, Joel. Nice and easy. Pretty sure he's on the 3rd floor. He's only got a sniper. It means he's not really useful close up. I'm gonna make sure this is cleared out. I don't need to be getting ambushed while I go on my way up there. Come on, baby. Where'd you go? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh boy. Come on out, assholes! You think I'm missing? I ain't missed a shot in 10 years. I'll eat your lunch. You ain't got nothing on me, partner.
Come on, guys. Shit.
I ain't scared of you. Poke your head out. You ain't seen a man with a gun like this before. Oh, no, they're like shooting fish in a barrel. Butter my butt and call me a biscuit. That was an easy one. Holy shit. This ain't funny anymore.
Come on, Henry.
Get away from us, huh?
We're back, motherfucker!
Come on. So many of them. Come on, guys. Holy shit. Come on, pop your head out. Oh.
Shit. Oh, that was intense.
You all right, Sam?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Thanks, Joel.
Look at this.
All right. We did it.
We should move.
All right. Sam!
Oh,
Henry!
shit.
Damn it.
Sam, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You sure?
I said I'm fine.
Come on, come on!
Guys, you gotta move.
Hurry up.
Oh my God, there's so many.
You're okay.
Still in here. Anybody hurt?
No, we're good.
I think it's time we quit this place. Come on.
Let's go. Shut the hell up.
Dead serious. It was Tommy's birthday, and that's all he wanted to do is just rent 2 Harleys and drive cross country.
Oh, man. I could die happy if I could just ride one around the block. What was it like?
It was good. It was real good.
Good? Can you believe this guy? Come on, man, give me details. Describe it.
You know what? You two deserve a little privacy.
No, Ellie. This isn't just any regular motorcycle, okay? You get on that bad boy, you feel that engine? Nothing like it.
Oh, yeah? How would you know?
Seen it in my dreams.
Okay.
I don't think anyone from my group is gonna show up.
Yeah.
Worst part about it all, explaining it to Sam.
Well, it's safe to say those two have officially bonded. What are you doing?
Taking stock of all the food we found today.
I see. And how are we doing on canned peaches?
Did Henry send you?
No? Why would Henry send me?
To make sure I'm not fucking up somehow.
I'd say we all did pretty good back there. Especially you. Is everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay. Well, have a good night.
How is it that you're never scared?
Who says that I'm not?
What are you scared of?
Let's see. Scorpions are pretty creepy. Being by myself. I'm scared of ending up alone. What about you?
Those things out there. What if the people are still inside? What if they're trapped in there without any control of their body? Scared of that happening to me.
Okay. First of all, we're a team now. Okay, we're gonna help each other out. And second, they might still look like people, but that person is not in there anymore.
Henry says that they've moved on. That they're with their families, like in heaven. Do you think that's true?
I go back and forth. I mean, I'd like to believe it.
But you don't.
I guess not.
Yeah. Me neither.
Oh. All the serious talk. I almost forgot. There. If he doesn't know about it, he can't take it away. All right. I'm pooped. I'll see you tomorrow. That smells good.
Good morning.
Where's Sam?
I let him sleep in for once.
Oh,
Well, if you want him to join us, you can go wake his ass up.
okay. Sam?
The hell? Shit, he's turning! That's my fucking brother! Screw it!
Shit!
Ellie? Ellie, are you alright?
Oh my god.
Sam?
Oh no.
Sam?
Henry? Ellie, stay there. Henry?
What have you done?
I'm gonna get that gun from you, okay? Oh, okay, easy.
It's your fault.
This is nobody's fault, Henry.
It's all your fault.
Henry! Henry, no!
Oh my god.
Take a breath if you need to. I'm not ending here, but we are going to talk about it. So just we're going to sort of take a breath here because this is a really intense scene, obviously. And there's a lot to unpack there. It's heavy. Ooh. So, man, it sucks. It's the reality of the circumstance right now, right? This infection is out there. And it gets people. And it happens fast. And it happens, you know, we saw a paper trail along the way that was basically like one minor miscalculation or freak thing is enough to make something like this happen. And in this case, unfortunately, this happened to Sam, somebody that we started to get emotionally invested in. So there's a couple things we see here, obviously. The first thing is people have a very interesting way of getting existential, sometimes even children, when they know that they're going to die or that something really bad is going to happen to them. And that conversation between Sam and Ellie is the example of that, right? Like Sam knows he's been bitten. He knows what's going to happen. He's not an idiot. Henry has done a good job helping Sam understand the circumstances and understanding what's at stake. So Sam then turns his attention to what happens after. He's afraid of those things because he knows he's going to be one of them. And death is a very difficult thing for humans to cope with. It's one of the reasons why we create systems in our mind of spirituality. It's why we have whole groups of folks who find things like religion that give them answers to what happens afterwards. It's comforting to have some conceptualization of what happens because death is truly the ultimate unknown. And Sam's trying to work that out with Ellie and knows what's coming. And we can only hope that Sam's at peace now that he was shot by Henry. And that if he was in there, his suffering's over. Ellie has the benefit of not having to think about that, which is why she can be hesitant about it. But when push comes to shove, people find something to cling to when they know something's coming on. And then obviously Henry seeing what happened, he knows, right? Like he's been conditioned. He knows what's at stake. He knows that as soon as Sam turned, there's no bringing him back. And he shoos Joel off because he wants to take care of it himself. And I think Henry, in that moment, whether he consciously knew it or not, sees that moment as the final chance for him to take care of Sam by killing him. He sees his brother turn, which is quite literally his worst nightmare. I actually think it would have been easier if Sam was like shot and killed by one of the hunters than him turning, because Henry has been busting his ass to take care of Sam. And in his mind failed him. And so the only thing he has left to do is kill him and put him out of his misery as a last act of caregiving. And then we see Henry deeply blame himself. We see him go through the exact same thing we saw Joel go through at the beginning of the game with his daughter. And his role of caretaker was shattered. The thing that he was living for is gone. And Henry has probably paid so much attention to Sam and his well-being that he's forgotten what aspects of him are worth taking care of. And in that moment decides to end his life because he no longer has anything to live for. He would rather die than live with a sense of failure that he failed the one person he promised he would take care of. And in some ways, as weird as it sounds, it's understandable why he would do that. That's real pain, man. That's real pain. That's not only watching your closest person die, but it's also your identity being crushed in the span of about 1 minute. Could we have de-escalated him? I don't know. I really don't. Was that potentially an impulsive decision? Who knows? But ultimately, I think Henry died when Sam died. Henry killed himself when he killed Sam. And then he took out the shell by ending it himself. And we had some investment in the two of them, and watching them die is tragic. And it's a heavy moment. This moment gets me even more than the initial moments with Joel and his daughter. It's just, it really brings to light the reality of a situation like this. But if you need to take care of yourself, you need to get a drink of water, you need to take some breaths, I totally understand. I want to let everybody know that if you're ever experiencing suicidal ideation, there is help out there. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is available 24 hours a day. I volunteered on the National Suicide Prevention Hotline for 3 years. I used to do overnight shifts. If you call the number, there's somebody on the other end who's there to listen. They're not there to report you to the police. They're not there to shame you for what you're experiencing. They're there to listen. They're there to help. They're there to talk with you. Suicide often happens when people feel hopeless and like there's no other option. It's rarely impulsive. In this case, could we argue that maybe Henry's suicide is impulsive? Maybe. But also, it could have been something where he's kind of known if something happened to Sam, that would be it. Hard to know. I do have a video about suicide on YouTube as well. Anybody who's watching the YouTube video right now, you can find that in my videos. But we have a nice 40-minute conversation about suicide. But suicide affects a lot of people. It's intense to experience suicidal ideation. You're not alone if you experience suicidal ideation. You don't have to be actively suicidal to experience suicidal ideation. In fact, thoughts about ending our own lives are common. So some people get distressed by it. They think something's wrong with them if they have those thoughts in their mind. They're just thoughts. And thoughts do not become actions until they become actions. But man, oh man, it's you even when you know that moment's coming, it's still hard. Yeah, Henry's talking to himself when he says it's your fault. You hear him talk to himself in the third person. So that's the other point I want to make here, which is in that scene, you see him says, what have you done, Henry? Henry, it's all your fault. And even though he's pointing the gun at Joel, he is talking to himself. And it's sort of a mini act of self-objectification, which I also think makes it easier for him to pull the trigger. In the sense that he can't fathom the idea that he would let Sam down. Cannot fathom it. And it so deeply pierces his core sense of self that he literally separates that. It's all your fault. He speaks in the third person to himself. And I think in that moment when he shoots himself, he's shooting that part of himself that he perceives as having let Sam down. Almost in some way of getting revenge on himself for the fact that he let Sam down. I had a supervisor once who used to always say that suicide is more about the intent to kill than it is about the intent to end one's own life. It could very well be that Henry wants to kill either the circumstances there, wants to kill the moment, wants to kill whatever it is that got Sam, but he can't do that, so he ends his own life. He could have shot Joel, he could have shot Ellie, but it wouldn't have accomplished anything because he would have lived with still all of the narrative that he was going to have about the fact that Sam died. And ultimately, it's not Henry's fault. It's the circumstance. He did what he could. I have no doubt Joel's seen that before, for sure. Powerful stuff, man. Games like this provide an opportunity to talk about real life stuff. I appreciate that Naughty Dog was not, they didn't pull punches with this. They made the desperation of this real. So it adds to the heaviness of what it is that we're experiencing. I think it also takes us down a trip of our own sense of what it is to survive this. Because through Joel and Ellie right now to this point, we have survived everything that we've seen. And there kind of comes a point, right? Like it's what we were talking about earlier, where it's like, man, is this survival worth it? Like, look at all this shit we've seen. And different people have different answers to that. Some people, I'm sure, would play this and think, you know what, I couldn't do this. I'd probably end it too. I wouldn't want to live with all of this. That's a perfectly legitimate stance to take. There are other people that would say, no, you press on no matter what. That's okay too. But we can feel our own tension in this. A tension of seeing things as we survive versus the relief of if we didn't have to see anymore. He didn't throw the toy down because he knew he couldn't do anything with it. Probably. He knew he was bit. So why enjoy that toy? It's hard. I think all of us can relate to the pain of what it might be like to lose somebody that we love, that we have been entrusted to take care of. I think all of us can connect with that on some level. But oh. So, take a breath. It was heavy. Again, grab a drink of water. Do you think that people who had previously gone through severe depression or suicidal ideation would have a much higher rate of suicide during a situation like this in the game? Yes. We actually know that people with previous attempts and previous suicidal ideation are more likely to attempt. When I used to do suicide assessments when I was on the hotline, and I guess even now as a therapist, one of the things that we actually have to ask about is a person's history of suicidal ideation and attempts. If a person has attempted suicide before, it makes it a little bit more likely that they might attempt again if they're in the space where they're thinking about it because they've seen it as a viable option and they've actually taken that step before. There are lots of people with really severe suicidal ideation who don't ever actually act on it. For those that do, it doesn't mean that because you act on suicidal ideation once, you will do it again, but your likelihood is higher than somebody who has not attempted before, in large part because of the survival instinct associated with it. But there's a good chance, madame, just because of how we know it works. Does existential suicidal ideation ever go away, or do you just get better at managing it? It depends. Sometimes it goes away. Sometimes people learn to manage it. Sometimes people learn to accept that that's just sort of part of the things that they think about. It depends on the person. It's interesting because different people have different orientations to meaning. Right? Like in terms of what life means. Like you could go full nihilism, which is that nothing matters, thus my life doesn't matter, so I could just end it and it doesn't matter. And then there's some people that say, well, if nothing matters, then why would I kill myself? That doesn't matter either. I mean, there's all sorts of different perspectives people have on life and its purpose and all that stuff and what death and how that fits into it. I was legitimately shocked when I first saw that scene. I thought it could continue on with Henry dealing with his grief or that he'd leave or go on his own. But after rewatching it, I don't think that would make much sense for him. I don't either. It's totally understandable to me why Henry kills himself. It's sad. It's profoundly sad. At the same time, you know, it's a little bit tricky because suicide is an act of impulse. Is a little bit more dicey than suicidal ideation and like carrying it out in a way that's been thought out. And people have different values and morals as it relates to ending one's life. I'm not trying to make a moral statement about suicide right now, but it's a little bit intense that Henry ended it that quickly. Varen, I'm going to say this one more time, friend. I don't answer direct questions about clients. I would appreciate it if you did not ask me questions about my caseload specifically. Therapists do get fired. It happens. And that's okay because clients are the consumers of therapy. I do appreciate y'all being here. These are the types of conversations that don't generally go well on Twitch. And the fact that we've got as many people hanging out here having this conversation in a really like mature and curious way, really, really, really cool. So I appreciate y'all very much. And again, if you're watching me on YouTube, thanks for making it this far. It's a very intense moment. I think it's important when intense moments like this happen to debrief a little bit. Yeah, and I appreciate the curiosity, Varen, but I've had to say that to you a couple times. So this is kind of the last warning. Like, please don't ask me directly about my caseload. Also, if a therapist does get fired by their client that doesn't really say anything about either the therapist or the client, probably just a bad match. More often than not, that's the case, yes. All right, so we're going to continue on here. We've had a chance to kind of debrief, take a breath. We're going to play a little bit more. Oh, no, it's a floaty. That's totally understandable. It's totally understandable. Seeing suicide represented to anybody who's had that type of ideation before, or even if they haven't, can be very difficult. This is not easy stuff to watch. Not easy stuff to watch at all, but I like that it provides us with an opportunity to talk about this stuff. What do you think Sam would do if Henry got bit? I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe join us. Maybe blame himself. Probably would blame himself because he's a child. But hard to know. Don't you think most people want to talk about these things, but it's just too uncomfortable and they distract, change subject, etc.? Yes. In fact, one of the things that prevents people from talking about suicidal ideation is because the people around them get super anxious and then they have to take care of the people around them. If you are a person who is in the presence of a person who starts to speak about their own suicidal ideation, I really say that there's only two options for you. The first one is if you're not in a place to be able to hear about it, say to that person, hey, I care about you a lot. I really want to make sure that you are able to talk to somebody who has the capacity to hear you out on this. I am unfortunately not that person. However, the suicide hotline is available to you, or call 911 if this is an emergency. I care about you and I want you to be able to talk to somebody who can actually handle it. I'm not equipped to be able to handle this. That's not dismissive. That's setting an important boundary. Or if a person starts talking about it, please make sure that you listen to them. Do not make your anxiety about their suicidal ideation their problem. If you get anxious because somebody discloses that and then you ask them to take care of you, you're asking a person who is experiencing suicidal ideation to take care of your well-being in response to what it is that they said. Please do not do that. If you can't do that, do option one. Considering the game focuses on Joel and Ellie, what would you rationalize Joel or Ellie's response to this? Well, we don't really get to see much of one. I mean, Joel kind of looks at it like, okay, here we go. He's got 20 years of seeing how people have responded to this. So I have no doubt that for Joel, this is just another instance. Doesn't make it any more difficult, but I think he can kind of pack it into a schema about how people respond to this virus or to this fungus. I also think that Joel probably very deep down can empathize with Henry and might look at that and go, yep, I've been there, brother. I didn't do it, but I could totally see why you would. There's a lot of resilience and pre-existing representation for Joel that I think makes it easier for him to just sort of assimilate that into his understanding of the world and what's going on. Ellie, on the other hand, might be different. Ellie might take this pretty hard. We don't know if Ellie has seen somebody close to her commit suicide or turn like that. We know she lost her parents, but she lost them really young. Marlene only got injured. She lost Tess, but she didn't really get that close to her to that point. So, hard to say how Ellie's going to respond to it. I'll be curious if she brings it up at any point later in the game, but I got to believe that it affected her to see that. Because she had a pretty cool moment with Sam. Representation of these types of things can make it easier to integrate when we see another thing happen. If a person is not suffering suicidal thoughts, but someone close to them is the suicide hotline also available to help that person for advice on how to deal with it? Yes. That's called a proximity suicide call. And we were trained to help people through that. If a person is immediately suicidal, we can kind of help walk through what to do. And oftentimes that might include like getting in close proximity to them and potentially getting them on the line. Or if there's just somebody you're worried about, you want some strategies for how to bring it up, calling the hotline can help with that. Absolutely. Yes. What is PL, Becky? All right. Poland, okay. Oh, man, I'm sorry there isn't. It sucks. All right, chat, we're going to continue on here. The same way that Ellie and Joel are. And we'll play for a little bit longer here, and then we'll wrap it up.
Jackson County. Means we're close to Jackson City, right?
Shouldn't be more than a few miles.
You ready to see dear old brother?
I'm just ready to get there.
You nervous?
I don't know what I'm feeling.
All right. Getting closer to Tommy. And remember, the goal is to basically hand Ellie off to Tommy. Glad we were able to find a new shirt. El Diablo.
So much for this road.
You just follow the river. It'll lead us straight to Tommy's. Come on.
Follow the river, huh? Also, thank you to those who found the Poland hotline. Skog, can you DM me that so I can add it
What
to the
happened between
resources?
you two?
What do you mean?
You and Tommy. You're not together, so clearly something went down.
We just had a bit of a disagreement, that's all.
Ah, here we go. So what was it about?
Tommy saw the world one way, I saw it the other.
And that's why he joined the Fireflies.
Yeah, your friend Marlene promised him hope. That kept him busy for a while, but just like Tommy, he eventually quit that too.
How was it? Last time you saw him?
I believe his last words to me were, I don't ever want to see your goddamn face again.
Jeez. But he's gonna help us?
I suppose we're gonna find out.
Well, with or without his help, we'll get there.
Let's just keep going.
Tommy is Joel's younger brother. Wish we could see a little bit more of what happened between the two of them after the events of the first stream. Man, this area is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Another shout out to Naughty Dog's art team because my goodness, they do well with this. Nice and peaceful with the river. Oh, what do we got here?
Whoa, what's that?
Right there's a hydroelectric power plant.
A hydro who?
It uses the river's movement and turns it into electricity.
How does it do that?
Look, I know what it is. I don't know how it does it.
Alright. How are we getting across?
I wonder if there's a pallet. What do you think the odds are that there's a pallet, chat? I thought she was the genius with generators.
Halfway. If we get the other one up, we'll make it across.
Private property, authorized personnel only. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Well, this is it, chat. It's been a fun stream. I guess that's it. We can't go in here, or else I'm going to get prosecuted. So I don't really know how we get around that.
There you go.
Woo! Gimme, gimme, gimme! shit. All right. Well. Mel, the answer to that. So what advice can you give for somebody trying to bring up a difficult topic of discussion with a friend, knowing they likely won't receive it well? Have the conversation be productive. I want my thoughts to be heard and keep the friendship so badly. You don't get to control that, Mel. The only thing you control is how you deliver the message. You don't get to control how it's heard. You don't get to control how a person responds to it. The only thing you can do is formulate it as best you can, speak as directly to your own experience as you possibly can, say it as clearly as you can, and then respond to the way that they respond to you. And if they don't respond in a way that's palatable to you, be ready to set whatever boundaries you need to with yourself or with that person. But you can't control how a person hears and interprets and responds to something. That's the unfair proposition of communication sometimes. But that's how it is, unfortunately. So focus on what you're going to say, not on how they're going to respond. You can use what you know of them to, you know, formulate the way you say it, but... Oh my god. I'm gonna go way down here. Anything good down here? It's gotta be in this little house. Hey, look at that. That thing would be... Would that thing even float if it's that waterlogged?
All right, Ellie, I need you to...
I know. Step on my fucking pallet.
I feel that energy, Ellie. I feel it. Come on, Ellie. Seems counterintuitive to have the valve for this on both sides of this.
Oh, give it a spin.
Joel's a very strong man.
Hey, be careful crossing that thing.
I will.
Teamwork.
I'm into the high five. I'll do a high five. Absolutely. Oh, shit.
That's too small, grave.
Forgot to leave that stupid robot on his grave. What should I do with it?
Ellie,
What? I want to talk about it.
no.
Why not?
How many times do we need to go over this? Things happen, and we move on.
It's just...
That's enough.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Let's get to Tommy's.
There it is. It's what Joel's learned. You stuff it, and you move on, and you survive. That's worked for him. It has worked for him. He might be cold-hearted, he might be stone-skinned, but he's alive. So as far as Joel knows, you keep this stuff repressed, you move on, you don't deal with it. You're good. You start thinking about this stuff, it unlocks the floodgates. And floodgates, not good. Becomes crippling. To the extent that, like, you could become so overwhelmed by everything that all of a sudden you become catatonic. That's probably what Joel's trying to avoid. Because if that happens, he could lose his edge and he could die. Ellie wants to talk about it. Understandably so. She's affected by it. Could we argue that that's the healthier option? Yes. Now it is. And in our current circumstances, yes. In this circumstance, maybe it might be good if both of them could talk about it and connect about it and then say, you know, we can acknowledge how we're affected by this, but we do ultimately have to move on. Like, there is a middle ground there. But I think in these circumstances, again, Joel is all about survival. And this is what he's learned. And he is instilling that into Ellie because he wants her to survive. He sees her as processing as the antithesis to that. So do it my way and you'll live. And I need you to live because I'm taking care of you. I think people rag too much on Joel for being cold without realizing the context for his coldness. It's hard to put ourselves in this environment. But I think some of us might be surprised by how cold and shut off we might be in this kind of moment.
I know, I am too.
Alright, next squirrel I see, I'm totally shooting it.
Let's get past this place, then we can scrounge up some food.
Well, if I starve, you're responsible.
Ooh, that cuts deeper than you might think, Ellie. That cuts deeper than you think.
Should we head in?
Ain't no way around. Gonna have to cut through the plant.
Boy, I sure hope Tommy's even here. Power plant map. North Teton Power Network, Wyoming. Lines operated in connection therewith. 244 miles. Ooh. You whistling again? Incident Security Force, secure area, restricted military zone.
Don't even think about reaching for your weapon. Tell the girl to drop hers now.
Ellie? Do as the lady says.
Okay.
Please tell me you're lost.
Oh, we didn't know the place was occupied. We're just trying to make our way through.
Through to where?
They're all right.
But you know these people?
Know him. He's my goddamn brother.
Tommy.
Holy shit.
How you doing, baby brother?
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Let me look at you. You get fucking old.
Easy. It's gonna happen to you, too.
This is Maria. Be nice to her. She sort of runs things around here.
Ma'am, thanks for not blowing my head off.
Would have been embarrassing, considering you're my brother-in-law.
We all gotta get wrangled up at some point.
Ellie, right?
Yeah.
What brings you through here?
That's kind of a long story.
Why don't we bring him inside?
Yeah. You hungry?
Starving.